So one day I had to work between 9 to 10 hours, which is normal in some days, but that particular day was extremely exhausting. Even lunchtime was a meeting. I had back-to-back meetings, I had a delivery or a deadline coming up, and I was very stressed. By the time I finished work, all I wanted to do was go home, catch my breath a little bit, but I couldn't do that. I had a paddle game coming up that I scheduled with my friends just after work. For some of you who don't know paddle is just like tennis. And I didn't really want to back out from that commitment. And actually, it was me who scheduled that game. So reluctantly, I decided that I'm going to play with my friends, even though I felt very exhausted. Came back home, got dressed, went to the court, and just played over an hour with them. However, what was very interesting, that I remember walking away, getting in my car, feeling not a single ounce of stress or exhaustion that I felt just before playing. And that's when I realized, hey, maybe there's a way where you can work very hard, maybe even overtime sometimes, and not feel any ounce of that, or maybe even maintaining some sort of work-life balance in your life where you feel very excited about working again the next day because you feel very excited about the time that you have off from work afterwards, even though it's not a lot. And it was that moment when I realized maybe our understanding of work-life balance is completely wrong. And I decided that I'm going to find a framework that works for me where I can maybe work overtime when needed, but still find that joy and excitement in my life. And I can go to bed feeling excited about working again for the next day. And that's when I realized there's a framework out there, surely, that allows us to feel some sort of balance in our lives, even though we're working so hard. Because if you think about it, no one can overwork anyone else. We all have the same amount of hours. And so all of us who are working maybe 10 hours per day, 9 hours per day, whatever it is, a lot of us are enjoying that. How come they are enjoying this while others aren't? And what I came to realize is that maybe there's a way to schedule your life with your busy job where you can maintain that balance, or more importantly, that centeredness that you need and that rest and energy and focus for the next day, even though, again, you have that stressful job. And so the framework that I came up with is just a 3-step framework. Step 1 is identify the activities that are non-negotiable for me, that I absolutely need on a daily basis to feel energized and focused for the next day. And that includes sleep, eat, spending some time with my family, some alone time, and exercise. Well, I don't need to exercise on a daily basis, but just putting some activities throughout the week helps me feel energized, focused, but most importantly, feeling excited about that activity, especially if I get to play with my friends, some sort of group activity like playing paddle, football, or even hiking or just going for a walk. The second step is scheduling these activities. If let's say I want to sleep at 10:30 p.m., have dinner at 8 p.m., and I want to exercise, I don't know, let's say 7 p.m. So I don't really have a lot of free time. I don't have much going on. If I need to overwork sometimes, that's fine, because I still have all these activities later on that will help me feel reset, focused for the next day. That helped me relieve a lot of stress if I just happen to be working a lot in my day because it was just a very busy day, or having to spend a bit of time extra after work having to complete my tasks. And finally, the last step is just changing my perspective about how I manage my time. Nobody gets to do everything in their day. Nobody gets to do everything with their money. The richest man cannot buy everything. Elon Musk cannot buy Apple, for example. It's just too expensive for him. He was able to buy Twitter, but I don't think he's going to be able to buy Apple on his own. He's not that rich. He doesn't have trillions of dollars. You cannot eat everything in your day and maintain your health and your weight. So likewise, you cannot do everything in your day. You just have a limited amount of time in your day. With that being said, it made me ask myself, what do I really want to get out with my life, with my time? And honestly, it comes down to 3 things. First of all, I really want to build a meaningful and fulfilling career. By fulfilling meaning, the work is challenging, it helps me grow, learn new things, and I feel useful to others. The second thing, I want to build meaningful connections with my family, with my friends. And lastly, I want to have some sort of activities, small activities on the side that help fuel some curiosity, creativity, and competition in my life, like playing sports or building this channel and creating those videos. With that being said, everything I do almost always reflects these 3 activities. And with that being said, I feel like my life, and I feel like I'm doing a lot with my time because the things that I'm focusing on are very limited and they are meaningful to me. Now, obviously, finding a meaningful job is challenging to some people, but that's a topic for another video.